Hi, this is Mindy at Time to Unwind, and this time what I'm going to do is show you how to knit in the round with the hooked needles, hook on one end, point on the other. And in my last video I showed, just because it seemed apropos, I showed how to do a knit on, cast on. And so from there we're going to continue, and we're going to just pop that one off there because I'm being lazy, and continue with our cast on onto the second needle. And if you've never done a cast on for knitting in the round on multiple needles, then it's going to seem strange. But what I'm doing is I cast on my stitches for this one, and now I'm working on casting on the stitches on the next needle. And 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So I'm going to get 10 on this needle. And this again is the knit on, cast on. You can do it how you can cast on however you want, but I'm continuing with the knit on because that's what we were showing on the last one. And of course with the twist. It might help to slide that needle down so it's not so much in your way. And pull it through, twist, and around. Put it to the back, pull it through, twist, and around. Put it to the back. 7. Wrap it. Helps if I use the right needle, doesn't it? Twist and around. 8, 9, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Need one more, so I'll put this on here. And this next one I leave on this needle, so that when I pick up another needle to cast on to the third needle, I've got something to work with here. Go in and go behind. We all know it's much easier to do this when you're not trying to demonstrate. So, bring it up, twist, and put it over. Through, twist, put it over. Grab it, twist. Put it over, grab, twist. Put it over. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Halfway through this needle. 6. Oh, I'm clear off. Sorry. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Now we've got our cast on, and just like any cast on, we're setting it up in, of course I've got my yarn twisted, let me untwist it. We're setting it up in the round, and so we have to check to make sure that our stitches are all going in the same direction. And somehow I have managed to put them all in different directions. I'm glad this is a short thing. Okay. Now they're all in there. And now I'm going to turn it over so that they're going the direction I think I want. I hate to say this, but I have not, I'm a circular needle knitter anymore, and I haven't done this in a while. So I have to stop and think, is this really the way I want it? And I think I just did this backwards. Let's go back this way. Double check that we haven't twisted things, which of course we did. And then we're going to pick up and try to keep it all on camera and just join here. Now, we all know there are lots of ways of joining. You can knit them together tightly by knitting the last 2 stitches together, or however you like to do it, or just pulling extra tightly. It kind of is up to you, and it depends on your knitting style. But we're just going to do it like that this time. And off. And so in this case, you are actually using the pointed end of the needle. And you will find that it goes fairly well. If you probably would go better if I had a longer stretch of knitting here. So, but again, with the hook needles, you're just going to go through, hook, and slide off. Through, hook, and slide off. In this aspect, it's very much just exactly like knitting in the round, except you've got your hooks on there. And obviously you can use as many needles as you want. Now these are 2 sets of the needles, and they are also 2 different size needles working together, because to get 4 needles. And I usually, when I do knit in the round, I like to use 5 needles, but because I didn't have enough different packages of needles, I'm going with 4 needles. But there we go, we're going around just as we normally would, and it does work nicely, and it works the same as any other knitting in the round. So it's not really a big deal, it's just using a needle with a hook on the end. and just pulling it through rather than picking it with your points. If you've been picking with your points for years and years and years, you might not care. But if you want to try something different, and actually once you get going with these needles, it goes really fast, and it's actually kind of a speed knitting technique. So if you'd like to try it, I would say go for it. You can use crochet hooks, you can use knitting, these knit picks. Like I say, I got the sets of, this was the most economical way to go. I got the sets of 14 carbonized bamboo, sizes 3 millimeters to 10 millimeters in each set, 14 hooks or hooked needles in each set. They might be under the name of knit picks. They call them several different things. I got 2 packs of them, and that way I have a pair of each size. This cost me well under 20. But I never say things like that because prices vary. To buy a single knit pick, it can be anywhere from 7 something to 15, depending on the company. So this was really an economical way to go. But you can use, if you've got Tunisian hooks, you can use those, but you can't do the in the round. So I hope you've enjoyed this. It's not anything earth-shattering, but it's just a little different take on it. You can feel free to click on subscribe, like us, and hit that bell so that you can be notified of further additions to our library. Thank you.